You are listening to WPHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk radio.
Hello, welcome to Paraversal Universe, where all paranormal perspectives apply. Join paranormal historian and ufologist Kevin Malik and psychic demonologist Jennifer Malik as they navigate us through the different categories of the unknown and the unexplained, including ghosts and haunted places, cryptids and monsters, aliens and UFOs, theology and mythology, metaphysics, forbidden archaeology, urban legends and folklore, conspiracies, crimes, and corruption, with top analysis from the experts of these disciplines. If it's amazing, unusual, or mysterious, if it's bizarre, creepy, and fantastic, if it's unbelievable, paranormal, or supernatural, it's here on Paraversal Universe. Here are your hosts, Kevin and Jennifer.
Hello everyone, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, welcome to Paraversal Universe, brought to you by the Northern Wisconsin Paranormal Society Limited at the Northwoods Paranormal Resource Center here in Rylander, Wisconsin. We're your hosts, Kevin and Jennifer Malik.
Hey everybody.
We are produced by WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. We're also heard on WCET 101.7 FM out of Columbia, South Carolina, as well as the Rift Radio Network out of Lakeside, Virginia, and Emilio Pisano Productions out of Toronto, Canada. Welcome one and all, and hello to everybody in the chat room. We look forward to seeing your questions and comments as always. The archive for the show will be available as well. Show archives from over the years can be found in various places on the web, including our archives like page on Facebook called Paraversal Universe Show Archives. Also check out our guest promo page, Paraversal Universe Radio, for what's coming up in the near future. All right. We hope everyone's doing good. We finally got a day over 30 degrees today.
Yay, heat wave.
However, we have a winter storm warning for the next 2 days. Yikes. So, wherever you are in the world and wherever you go, we hope that you fare thee well. Best wishes to you all. And we have a killer show for you today. But before we introduce today's guest, let's do our shoutouts. Shoutouts go to those people who share our show banners this week. We always appreciate it greatly and thank you kindly. Jennifer had her eyes dilated today for a new pair of glasses, so let's see if she can read our shout-out list. So who do we have here?
Walt Christos, Thoughts of Christos. Katrina Cooper, Dennis Koch, Jason Bland, Paranormal Soup, Jamie Demelos, JJ Paranormal, Dr. Chuck Kennedy, Project PSI, Lake Champlain, Mystery Animals, Howie Odell, The Rift, Kate Hobson, WBHM, Seraphine Hurley, Obscure Monsters, Elaine Dawes, Daryl Marston, Lawrence DeMisa, Jean Broida, Goose Goodsby, Jennifer Inez, Mary Breck Zek, Lisa Renaga, Sudan, National Cryptid Society, Lori Kreslaw, and Dax Stringer.
I think that is one of the longest lists we've had to date. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. And not bad for having dilated eyes.
No, you did good. You didn't miss a beat. All right, we have a groovy show for you all today, or tonight, depending on where you are, of course. This week's episode is focused on lake monsters and other aquatic mysteries. We'll be talking to the man who is respected not only as a cryptozoologist, but also as one of the world's top aquatic cryptozoologists, Mr. Scott Mardis. He's best known for his work on Lake Champlain, the home of America's Loch Ness Monster, Champ. He's been featured on Monster Quest and other TV shows. He is the host of The Haunted Sea on Monster X Radio. And Scott is the founder of the Zombie Plesiosaur Society, a scientific research organization dedicated to the mysteries behind lake monsters and marine biology. And we're also going to remember Scott's research partner, cryptozoologist William Dranginis, who lost his battle to cancer late last year. We've had William on the show before and have had the honor to interview him as well. But Scott knows him much better, and we'll share memories about William's work in the field throughout the show. So, Scott, buddy, are you with us?
Yes, hello.
Hello, welcome to Paraversal Universe.
Thank you.
Again.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
And hello, Jennifer.
You have earned the right to skip past our starting question for first-time guests because you have been on the show before.
I've got the little Orphan Annie Dakota ring.
So let's start by giving you the floor for a bit. The last time we spoke with you on the air, William was still alive, and you two had just come off your expedition in 2017. Can we start there, and can you fill us in on what's been going on since then?
Well, the best summary of the Champ expedition of 2017 is Alexander Petakov's documentary On the Trail of Champ, which was put out by Small Town Monsters. So that is a very good summary of the expedition that year, at least the stuff that me and Will did together. We had Will's big boat, the Explorer, and Will's underwater cameras that he built himself, which he called I Gotcha cameras, and he also used those in his Bigfoot research. The biggest tool we had was the 3D side-scan sonar unit built by Garmin. And the best results we got the whole trip occurred on the same day, July 4th of 2017. We went over to a part of Lake Champlain near the mouth of the Au Sable River. And the significance of that location is that this is the same place that Peter Baudet and Richard Falter got their Champ video in August of 2005. If you've seen the ABC News clip about Champ, where you see this video, you see a boat rail, and you're looking over the side of the boat rail, and you see this object that looks like a head and a long neck of some animal, and it's moving up and down slightly just below the water surface. And then to the right of it, another appendage-like object comes out next to the long neck-looking object. And this is widely held as probably the best, most compelling piece of video evidence for the Lake Champlain monster. So we purposely wanted to go over to that place in the hopes that we might have good results. And sometime around 4, 5 o'clock in the evening, we got a blob on the sonar, and we were able to get several images of this object, whatever it was, and it was Nessie or plesiosaur shaped. You see a large round body, and then coming off that, you've got an object that looks like conceivably a long neck, and it swam under the boat for about a minute and then was gone. We got like 4 or 5 images of it, and I'm still analyzing it. Based on what I've been able to understand so far, I figure the size of it is probably about somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 13 feet long. You don't see anything that appears to be flipper-like appendages coming off the larger part of the body. It's possible that those were, at the time, being held out at the side, and from the angle that you look at the creature, it's possible that you couldn't have seen them because of the largeness of the body. We got images of this object from 2 different angles. We have one set of images looking at it from the side, and there are different settings on the side scan sonar unit. And we also managed to get some images of what it would have looked like looking down from the top at it. So what you have is, looking down on it from above, it appears to be elongated and very thin from side to side. But if you look at it from the side, it's got a really deep-looking body, or whatever that is. I mean, just from the sonar contact, we can't tell if it was an animal or if it was a coincidentally shaped piece of wood debris or a tightly packed school of fish, but it was moving fairly rapidly, and the solidity of it on the image would tend to suggest that it's not a tightly packed school of fish. But like I said, that doesn't rule out it being a coincidentally relevant shaped piece of wood debris being propelled by water currents. But it is very intriguing, and it is generally Nessie shaped. It's got a large round body and this smaller, thinner appendage coming off the front, I assume. And that's the direction it was swimming. So actually, that's probably the best piece of evidence that I've ever been able to contribute to the evidence pile in the whole 25, 26 years that I've been doing this. So, that was very significant.
Right.
And later the same night, I was listening with the hydrophones and was able to record some very faint clicking sounds that sounded somewhat like the sounds recorded by Elizabeth von Muggenthaler in 2003 that were featured on the Monster Quest episode. I'm sure you know the sounds I'm talking about, correct?
Yes, I remember them.
All right. Well, some of the sounds that we recorded that night were very faint, but they did bear a strong resemblance to the sounds from 2003. Now, I used to work with Liz von Muggenthaler, and we were able to record similar sounds on the hydrophones in 2009, and we subsequently wrote a scientific abstract for the Journal of the Acoustical Society of America in 2010. I was hoping we would do a follow-up paper, but I assume Dr. von Muggenthaler is not ready to do that yet because I haven't heard from her, but it's still tentatively up in the air. Now, these sounds that she has recorded, we can't say for sure that they are an unknown animal, but so far we've not been able to conclusively identify them with known sounds that would be occurring in the lake. The closest conventional sound that resembles them are what they call fish farts. And what this is, and that's the technical name that they call them, right. What this is sometimes fish will release gas from their swim bladder to change their buoyancy in the water, and it makes a raspberry-type sound that also sounds like the clicking of whale echolocation. Now,